Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. It's been a couple days since I made a video, although you may not see that because of the way I post my videos. I'm always a few days behind. You probably know that by now if you've been watching this series. I've gotten a lot done on the truck. I've got, in fact, I've got another package here of parts from our sponsor, Big Mike's Motor Pool, that I've got to do an unboxing video on probably right after I get done with this video, although it will be posted on a different day. I'm working on stripping and prepping the headlight panels. You see I've already got that one kind of done. I'm not worried about this spot right there up top because I know that's going to have to get cut out for the intercooler piping. Still got to sand the back of this one and yeah, all that. So I've got my air dryer installed. In fact, the service kit for that is probably in that box. Maybe not, but probably. I got the rust cleaned up and got the saddles here for the air tanks painted. I don't have the heater wired, but I've got the air dryer plumbed in. Down here, I've got a pre-dryer blow-off valve in case the filter plugs up. I don't want to blow the line. Got it all plumbed in there. I got a lot of my stuff straightened up. Let's see. I've got nothing new in there. Oh, I got this fender on. I got the other fender on. I don't know if the other fender was on in the last video, but they're both on there now. And what's really great is the you guys saw this in an unboxing video, but the anti-squeak strips for both fenders, and there's a rubber strip here that keeps the fender insulated. You see that fender that's not wanting to line up. Those are awesome. Really glad to have that because it just keeps everything from rubbing through the paint and rust streaking. If you put your truck together without those insulator strips, either there or up there, you're going to have rust streaks later on. And they do squeak. So I've got what I'm working on now. I always work on a couple of different things at the same time. Working on that. So I've got my bracketry kind of in the works. This actually is the original crossbar from the back of the multi-fuel radiator. It's just a little bit too narrow. So what I've done is just made an extension tab that I'm going to flush weld on the end of this on both sides. It's like 25 3/4 inside to inside between the two, and that bar is like 25 inches long exactly. So just a hair too short, but it's going to work out fine. And then what I'm going to do is come up from these 4 bolts on the front of the head with a bracket up here, and I might even be able to use the original adjustable turnbuckle. If I can find it. I've been looking for it for like 2 days and I can't find it. I had 2 of them. I don't know where I put them. Let's see. Exhaust looking great, doing great. Got fluid in the brake cylinder reservoir. I've got a couple of leaks on the downpipe. Now, that one I'm actually gonna have to clean the paint off and put a little spot of weld there. That one, I don't know if it'll stop if I tighten up the clamp. It might not. And I've got one, you can't see it because it's black, but right there on the top where the clamp comes together, it's not sealing. It's blowing carbon out right there, but I've got a brand new clamp I'm gonna put on there. That's the old clamp that came with the motor. I'm just using for mock-up. Let's see, I've still got to put the glove box back in. I'm not completely done with all that. Got to put the seat in. You know, the fuel tank ain't done. Here's the really, you know, and you know how I'm kind of always constantly bitching about how I hate having to do everything twice, but I have to do everything twice, and I hate it, and my luck is really super shitty. I got a perfect example for you. You know, I went through this motor, and I did a lot to it before I even thought about putting it in the truck. I resealed everything except the head gasket. I didn't take the head off. No problem there, okay? No big deal. The problem is, you see that? The rear main is leaking. This thing hasn't even left the driveway. And the brand new, right around $100 rear main seal from Cummins is leaking because I guess, look, it was a good quality brand new Cummins part. The only thing I can figure is that when I was working the seal onto the crank, I cocked it one direction or another just a little too much and put a dimple in one of the surfaces of the seal, and they're a hard seal, they're not a soft lip seal. So I dented it, and I guess now it leaks. So what does that mean? That means I've got to pull the floor pan back out. I've got to pull the shifter off. I've got to pull the transmission out and out, or off and out. I've got to pull the clutch off. I've got to pull the flywheel off. I've got to jack up or otherwise suspend the rear of the engine, pull the motor mount bolts off, pull the clutch housing off, and then change the rear main and put it all back together. Yeah. And the whole reason for replacing that rear main was because I had no idea how old it was. It wasn't leaking. It looked nice and clean when I had it all apart. But I figured, well, this may be an original main seal from 1994, so I better change it so it doesn't leak and I don't have to take all this stuff apart when I got it in the truck. So what do I have to do? I got to take all this stuff apart with it in the truck anyway. And sometimes people wonder why I can be sour or why I'm irritable. It's stuff like this. Like I do everything I can to do things right. And stuff still doesn't work out. And I know I'm not alone there. It happens to everybody, but it really, really pisses me off. That seal is not cheap. Not only is it a huge pain in the ass to take out and change in this truck, but it's like $130. So anyway, I thought I'd tell you guys that because it's going to be like another week or two plus added to this project because I don't know when I can get down to Cummins South and get another seal, and I'm not putting an aftermarket seal in it. So, and they'll have to order it, I'm sure, which takes like a week. Anyway, I did a couple other things here. I took out the throttle linkage, cleaned it up, painted it. Put it on there and tightened it up finally. You can't see it, but I made a little bracket there off the compressor intake bolt for a stop cable return spring. You know, the original was spring loaded, and I liked it where you could just pull the stop out and kind of let it go and then go back in. So I wanted to retain that, and there I have. Otherwise, I don't know, dudes. I've still got to do the pedal pads and the bumper insulators. Show you guys how to do that. It's real easy, but I know you guys wanted to see it. Some of you did, so I promised you to do it. I'm going to do it, just not today. I got the transfer case shifter boot on that. I've had that sitting around since the last Georgia rally, and it was new when I got it. But sitting around in the shop, it just kind of got a little mildewy. Hey, Louisiana weather, man. Yeah, so I'm glad I haven't even tightened up the shifter because that shit all has to come back out. Lovely. All right, I'm not gonna bitch anymore. I think I'm gonna show you guys when I put these, I've got to get these primed and painted. That'll probably happen tomorrow, both these headlight panels. When I get those on, bolted onto the truck, then it'll be time to fit the intercooler, and I will do a video on that showing you guys what's going on, because that's kind of one of the big important parts of this project is how to fit the intercooler without altering the front end, right? So definitely going to show you guys that. I will show you when I get the radiator bracket done. It's not gonna stay like this, okay? Obviously that would move. There's going to be a diagonal brace, which, funny enough, I was having that discussion the other day on Facebook. Somebody was talking about, how a diagonal brace on a joint doesn't help strength. I'm like, dude, if you put a brace just like that, even just like that, it's going to make that inside corner stronger. It's not, your joint isn't going to come together like that, or even spread apart as easy as it would just like this. So, I mean, you can't, really, you're really going to tell me that a diagonal brace and a 90-degree joint isn't going to add strength? Anyway, now whether it's inset in the joint or in the middle or outside, it's going to add strength either way. But enough of that. Look, thanks for watching, guys. I will do a video on this, these parts, and got a bunch of videos coming up. A bunch of videos that I haven't posted yet, already recorded too. So check out our sponsors listed in the description below. Don't forget to tell them I sent you. Check out our new Facebook group. It's called Tactical Repair Channel on Facebook. So this is where you can get help, not just from me, but from other people. I mean, and that's really all I get on Facebook for anymore, is just to help you guys. So catch you later, dudes.